so that eventually, if your body pumps out enough insulin, your cells will listen to it, and your sugar levels will go back down. So when your fat programs are on and you get this condition called insulin resistance, and the cells of your body stop listening to insulin, it takes much more insulin to get the job done. So your insulin levels go up. You become what's called hyperinsulinemia, or you have what's called hyperinsulinemia. Hyper means high, insulin is insulin, emia is a condition. So it's a condition in which your insulin levels are too high. And they have to be too high to manage your blood sugar. But insulin is also the fat storage hormone. So when there's insulin in your bloodstream, your body goes into a kind of fat storage mode, where it activates all of the different enzymes in your body that make fat. And so your body goes into fat making mode. Because the sugar goes into the fat cells, your body starts making fat. Now, when you have hyperinsulinemia, when your insulin levels are too high, your body's always in this fat storage mode when your insulin levels are too high. When you have this hyperinsulinemia. As long as your insulin levels are high, you lose the ability to burn fat. And the reason you lose the ability to burn fat is because insulin stops your body from producing the hormones that burn fat, like glucagon, and the enzymes that burn fat. When your insulin levels are high, if you think about it, your body's going to say, if we're in fat storage mode, we don't want to burn fat. It doesn't make any sense. So your body's going to stay in a perpetual state of fat storage. Now, because your body's resistant to insulin and because your insulin levels are too high, once your blood sugar goes down low again, your insulin levels are still higher than they should be. Now, what's supposed to happen is once your blood sugar levels go down too low, insulin's supposed to be out of your system. But because you've got this hyperinsulinemia, when your fat program's on, your insulin levels are still higher than they should be. So when your blood sugar goes down again, you can't raise it back up because glucagon doesn't go into your system. So you lose the ability to retrieve the sugar that you've stored. So it's a bit like putting money into a bank account and having the account perpetually frozen. You're storing sugar, but you can't retrieve it again. So your blood sugar levels go lower and lower and lower, and the only way to get your blood sugar back up again is to eat something. See, when your system's functioning properly, your blood sugar goes down, and it retrieves that sugar from your liver, your muscle cells, your fat cells, it gets it back. But it can't do that anymore. You've lost the ability to retrieve, you've lost the ability to burn fat efficiently, and you've lost the ability to retrieve sugar efficiently. So what happens is you end up getting low blood sugar episodes. And low blood sugar episodes cause ravenous hunger cravings for sugar. Because sugar is the quickest way to get, processed sugar, junk food is the quickest way to get sugar in your system. So you end up having sugar cravings all day long, not because your body needs nutrition or calories or even energy, but simply because you've lost the ability to regulate your blood sugar. You've lost the ability to retrieve that sugar. And that's a huge issue that needs to be addressed. So the whole approach that I've outlined helps reverse this condition of insulin resistance. Because the types of things that cause insulin resistance are, for example, stress. Stress causes insulin resistance. Severe dieting and starvation causes insulin resistance. So what you get is these low blood sugar episodes, and you end up eating all day or craving sugar all day simply because your body's lost the ability to raise your blood sugar. And the only way you can raise your blood sugar is by eating. So what happens is this. Around 11 o'clock, maybe you don't have a big if you don't have a big breakfast, for example, around 11 o'clock, you start craving something sweet. And that's because your blood sugar is starting to fall. So then you eat something sweet, your blood sugar goes through the roof. And then your body produces way more insulin than you need, and that causes your blood sugar to plummet about an hour later. And then an hour later, you've got sugar cravings again. And then you eat some more junk food. And then around 4 o'clock, the same thing happens. You eat more junk food. And so all day long, you're getting these swings where you're getting these low blood sugar episodes, craving junk food, goes in through the roof, 2 hours later, it's back down again. So learning how to regulate your blood sugar is crucial in the beginning. Eventually, your body won't be insulin resistant anymore. Your insulin levels will get normalized, and your body will regain the ability to burn fat. And that's one of the reasons why this approach is so different than dieting, in that you end up losing weight faster as time goes on, because your body gets more and more efficient at burning fat as time goes on. See, in the beginning, you're not that efficient at burning fat because your insulin levels are too high. But eventually, your insulin levels normalize, your body regains the ability to burn fat.